Why are people leaving Thailand and going somewhere else? In the short period of time that I've lived in Thailand, I've met other remote workers and digital nomads, and a lot of them are hanging up the hat after years of being in Thailand, going somewhere else. Some of them don't even have the intentions of coming back. But why? Well, there's multiple things that contribute to this, including visa requirements, excessively high tourism in some areas, inflation, and outsider syndrome. So let's go over some of these things to help you determine as to whether Thailand is right for you or not. Now, first things first is the visa situation. Thailand's visa requirements can be challenging, particularly for those seeking long-term stays due to stagnant documentary requirements and the need to meet specific thresholds. While tourist visas are relatively straightforward, obtaining visas for other purposes like work, education, or permanent residence can be complex and require significant effort. The immigration check-ins and border runs lead to visa fatigue, and now they drive more people out of Thailand than they do in. A lot of people don't even meet the requirements for some of Thailand's long-term stay visas, so they come here on a visa exempt stay, they extend it up to 90 days, and then they have to do a border run, and a lot of these people are always worried as to whether they're going to be let back in or not, because some immigration officers look at this as a way that they're potentially avoiding getting the proper visa. Well, they potentially may not even qualify for the proper visa, so that's the only way they can stay for a long period of time. Because of that, a lot of people are just deciding to go somewhere else that has lesser requirements for long-term visas.
Access denied.
One of the next big factors is the cost of living increases over the last few years. It's believed that high tourism and increased expat community has potentially led to a significant increase in the cost of goods and services in the more popular areas. What used to be 40 baht a few years ago for an extremely simple dish like pad kapow can now be as much as 160 baht in the areas where more expats and tourists spend their time. In addition to that, with the foreign real estate investors and a rise for demand in real estate, an increase in rent over the years has made places' affordability like Bangkok questionable. Now, while you can still find some reasonably priced places, you need to know where to look and who to talk to, because using American-based apps like Airbnb and stuff like that are going to cost you probably 100% more than if you talk to a local agent. This also ties in a little bit to the visa requirement situation, because you can technically secure a lower monthly cost of living, lower rent costs if you do like a longer lease, or if you do a lease, because there's a lot of month to month with no like long-term commitment type of things in Thailand. So some of these people are stuck doing the higher cost month to month, no lease agreements, because they're unsure as to whether the next time they do a border run, they'll even be let back into the country. So they're not getting that amazing $400 per month deal. Instead, they're paying significantly more than their neighbor for the same thing. Some people get irritated by this and they just choose to go somewhere else. Now, another deal breaker for some is obtaining a work visa and finding reasonable employment here in Thailand. A lot of these companies here in Thailand will look for a local Thai person, even if less qualified, and hire them over a more qualified foreigner, because they don't want to have to provide justification as to why they chose to hire this foreigner over a local. Thailand offers numerous job opportunities for foreigners. There's also some drawbacks to consider though. Foreigners are restricted from certain occupations, and securing a work permit can be challenging. Additionally, some employers may exploit foreign workers or offer lower wages and benefits. In addition, Foreigners are prohibited from working in fields such as agriculture, carpentry, hairdressing, and many others, which really puts a sour taste in some people's mouths when you consider that this borderline discrimination would be highly frowned upon in other parts of the world. Another major deal breaker for some is not being allowed to own property outright as a foreigner. Owning land is like forbidden to a foreigner, but you can buy like a condo and certain things like that, but a lot of people just simply are not interested in that. They want to build a footprint, they want to build real estate wealth wherever that they are staying in the long run, and because it's more difficult here, a lot of people are going elsewhere. Plus, the decline in population makes real estate investments questionable in the long run as people begin to wonder if the demand and prices will eventually be on the decline. With this inability to build a solid footprint and wealth in Thailand, many people just choose to go somewhere else. The last thing that I want to address, which is actually the most important to a lot of people, is the forever outsider situation, right? Where you live somewhere for an extended period of time, but you're never viewed as a local. Nobody ever actually thinks of you as like one of them. And this affects a lot of people more than any of the money situations do. There's some people that live here for 10 years and they're married into a Thai family, they contribute to the local community, they spend their money here, they pay their taxes, and so on. They've been here, right? Like they're a part of the country. Well, at the same time, they're still viewed as a foreigner. It's like they've never been taken in by the community, and they're a farang or farang or whatever that term is that people uses. I don't use it, but they're just never Thai. And when you think about it, you're not going to just be Thai, but in the end, there's a lot of other places on earth that have this huge, massive amount of people from all over the world, and everyone just kind of is a community and is one, and doesn't visualize everybody as someone else. Like you are a foreigner and you're a local. And there seems to be a lot of that here. Some of these people that have been here for an extended period of time will go to some place that's like a high touristy type of deal, maybe the Sanctuary of Truth or maybe something else, whatever. Some of these places charge foreigners or tourists significantly more money as an entry fee. These people that have lived here for an extended period of time will get thrown this price in front of their face and they're like, no, dude, I live here, and if I need to prove that to you by pulling out my driver's license, then I will. But I think just the feeling of never belonging to an extent, it gets to some people, not everybody. Personally, I really don't care. I just want to be wherever I want to be. Whatever people think of me, it doesn't matter. But some people, it gets to them because they want to feel like they belong there and they should be there. And this is another reason that people eventually move onwards, because they're always in search of belonging. They want to just kind of, to an extent, blend in and feel like a part of the community, especially after an extended period of time. There's so many different things that contribute to people leaving and the decline in the number of expats and remote workers in Thailand. This list could be 3 or 4 times longer than the things that I've gone over today. These are just some of the main things that is suggested that is contributing to the decline. And if you have any other ideas, any other things that you know of that are contributing to this as well, leave it in the comments section below, as I'm interested in knowing more. And when it comes to me, myself, Thailand is an amazing, beautiful place, tons of opportunity here. I don't work here, I work remote, and I think that's one of the best ways to actually come here. I mean, just in general, I really enjoy being here. The quality of life here at a significantly lower cost is just unbelievable.